Hi all, I'm back over at Martello Lakes for a 48-hour session. It's the 22nd of November today, and yeah, I've just set up, I've just cast out, and I've just had one. So that's good. I'm just going to weigh it. I think it's probably like a lower mid-double common, but yeah, it's a good start. The rod's only been out for like 10 minutes, so that's all good. So anyway, yeah, I'll get him out in a minute and I'll show you. So hopefully this will be a good session. I haven't blanked, so I've caught one already, so all good. I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, just under £10 I'd say, but yeah, still it's a winter carp. That is the thing. The cold conditions about 8 degrees, so that's a good start. Yeah, all good. Right, I'll get him back and let's get that rod back out. Oh, I've just had this one at 15 pound. Oh, that's two so far. That's pretty good going. Very happy with that. Hi all, just a quick update on this session. So far I've been using PVA bags. That seems to be doing the trick. I've got my spod rod with me and a bit of bait to put out probably tomorrow, but at the moment I'm just using the old PVA bags. But you know, if it ain't broken don't fix it and all that. It seems to be doing the job. Yeah, I'm not casting out far. I think probably about 40 yards out, something like that. So not far at all really. I'm fishing on the in the shallow end of the lake. I think it's about 12 foot deep out here. I might be wrong, because it's been a long time since I fished up this end of the lake, to be honest with you, but I know that this is the shallow end anyway, and the deeper end sort of goes down to about 20 foot in some places. But originally I was going to fish down the deeper end, but I was speaking to the bailiff, and he was saying that there's been a few fish coming out in the shallow end, so obviously, you know, a bit of good advice and stuff, you know, he's here every day, so yeah, so here I am. But yeah, so anyway, I'll check in a bit and hopefully have another fish on the bank. I say, you know, I've had two so far and a little bream, won't talk about that, but yeah, so it's not too bad. Two fish, one about 12 pound and the other one was 15 pound. So all good. I'll speak to you in a bit. Well, evening all. It's 7:30 now. I've just had a manky bream. I think the Milky Malts 15mm wafters probably a little bit too small, because the bream seem to love them. No carp on them yet, so I've changed over to 2 on the bug and 1 on the switch. So yeah, after like 2 or 3 bream on the 15mm wafters, I think I'll call it a day for them. Yeah, probably should have gone for the 18mm ones really, but I was thinking, like, you know, being winter and that, but then there is a lot of bream in here, so there you go. Yeah, so nothing else yet. I'm going to do myself something to eat, and I've just recast back out again, all rods back on the spots, and hopefully this evening might get another run or two. Morning all, it's 11:15 now on the Thursday morning. I had another couple last night, sort of about £10 mark. I didn't bother taking no pictures or nothing. It's open for the bigger ones, to be honest. But yeah, so I've had 4 at the moment, so it's not too bad. I'm just going to cast me rods back out in a minute, and I just thought I'd go through my PVA bag setup, which is what I'm using for this session, with different baits and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'll get on with the little video clip to show you how I make my PVA bags up and presentation and rigs and stuff. So I'll show you in a minute. But hopefully you can see this all right. It's a bit dull in here, but basically I'm choosing a inline flat lead, square lead setup. These are 2.5 ounce, in conjunction with the Gemini Easy stems. I'll just cut that bit of line off there from the last one I attached. Yeah, and on that, oh, that's it, hooked myself. I've got about a 4-inch soft hook link, and obviously in the PVA bag, you know, it's got to be a nice soft hook link, and that's just attached. But this one has got the quick clip on the bottom of the Easy stem, but I've also got the ones with the round swivel thing on the end, the loop, like, you know, just to sort of loop to loop the rigs, which is actually easier, to be honest with you, because obviously with that I tend to put a little kicker on the end of it, just to sort of stop the rig coming off if it was to come off, but in all likelihood it wouldn't come off anyway. But yeah, so that's the 4-inch hook link, and then going down to the hook end, I've got a size 6 curved shank micro barbed hook there with a tungsten kicker, and this, and it's just a normal, this particular rig anyway I'm using, it's just a normal hair rig, sort of about 1 inch hair rig with a bit of tubing on it, so I can adjust it depending on what sort of size bait I'm using. Anyway, so that's that. So I'm just going to attach the boilie. In this case it's a 15mm switch bottom bait boilie by DNA Baits. So we'll just pop that on there. I'm using one of my little corn toppers which I make. Yeah, so that's that. That's the rig attached. There's quite a long hair on this one actually, but I seem to be catching quite well on it. It just gives her a good bit of movement for the bait to move around, a bit of separation from the shank of the hook. But yeah, so anyway, so that's that small PVA bag. I think these are 120 mil long by 60 mil wide. Basically, I start off with just one load full of these are the little cooler scooper things, just one load in the bottom of the bag like so, and then I'll put my bait in, but I'll make sure that the bait is sort of at the bottom of the bag, but I do it so it is at the front of the bag rather than sort of sitting directly at the bottom, so it's visually at the front of the bag. You see that, and then without stretching the hook link out too much, then put another 2, hopefully put another 2 sort of scoops in there like so. And at this stage I will use the lead to compact the ground bait at the bottom. And at this stage, it's still like the lead's going sort of far too deep in the bag. So I just pull the lead back out, hold the lead, and then I'm using the switch boilies again, all crushed up. So I'll just pop that over in the little bag there, and put a couple of small handfuls in of the crushed boilies. If you can get it in the bag. Yeah, that's getting there now. And at that stage, I'll leave the stem out the top of the bag by about 10mm. So you've got the loop and then 10mm of the green stem sticking out. But I'll make sure to put the lead at the back of the bag, so you can just see it right at the back of the bag. And what you want to try and do is keep it so not too much bait ends up going behind the lead. The reason being is because when this sinks, the lead will always land on the back of the bag, and your hook bait will be at the bottom or just up slightly from the bottom, and your hook bait will be at the front of the bag. So you're guaranteed, with most lake bottoms generally, like clay or silt, and hopefully in this case a sort of a hard gravel spot, that your bag is going to be presenting perfectly every time. And at this stage, I could actually just put maybe a little bit more dust on top, so it all compacts down nicely. So you don't want big gaps in between of the bait in the bag. Mind you, this boilie crumb's quite small anyway. And then what I do, there's so many different ways people do it, but what I do is I don't bother using PVA tape or string. I'd literally just let my finger around inside the bag, like so. Make sure your finger's dry, and then I will get the bottom of the bag or top of the bag, compress it and twist it as tightly as I can around that stem. And sometimes you find that there's not quite enough saliva on there, and it might undo a little bit. But if you put enough wet inside the bag, you can normally pull that round and tighten it up. So the bag now looks something like that. With your lead at the back, it's all done at the top, and in the bottom of the bag, I expect you've seen these videos a million times, what people do, and that is just compress the corners of the bag, so that's all nice and compressed, lick and stick, and that is pretty much all there is to it. And what I'll do is just put a lovely baiting needle gone. Baiting needle. Let's put a little hole in the bag to let the air out. And then before I cast out, I wouldn't do it now, but before I cast out, I'll put some liquids, push the nozzle of the liquids, push the nozzle of the bottle into the bag, and just put a little bit of liquid attractant in that before I cast it out. I don't do it before because sometimes they can go a bit mushy and they can lose their shape a bit. But yes, that's basically it. That is my PVA bag setup. So this is on the switch boilies with the little corn topper. So you sort of turn it into a bit of a sort of a wafter snowman bait, I suppose. But yeah, so that's that, and I'll cast that out and hopefully get a few more bites in a bit. Evening all. It's getting pretty chilly now. It's just gone 5 past, we're just coming up to 6:05. Just got the rods back out. Had another couple of slimy bream earlier. So that's nothing to write home about. Another small carp, about £10. I should have filmed it really, but I'm just putting the £10 ones back. I'm waiting for some of the other bigger 20s and 30s to come out. Hopefully, there's a few lumps in here anyway. It's just getting to them. But yeah, anyway, yeah, rods are all cast back out, and hopefully we'll see what the night will bring. Hopefully I'll have a couple of runs maybe. We shall see. Anyway, I'll hopefully I'll speak to you tonight with a fish, nice carp on the bank, or I'll speak to you in the morning. Oh, I've just had this nice one. £16. Nice common. Yeah, nice £16 common. They're getting bigger. Right, I'm gonna get this one back and hopefully have a few more out tonight. That's the end of my session now. I had another couple of small ones last night. I ended up reeling in by about 11:30. But yeah, so in total 9 carp in total, nothing over, I think the biggest was nearly 17. 5 bream. So yeah, I mean, considering the time of year, I can't complain at all really. It's been quite a good session. I was hoping to get into a couple of the upper 20s and 30s, but you know, you can't have it all. Just to have a good few bites this time of year is a bonus. So yes, that's all good. So anyway, I shall be back hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, and I'll have another go over here. And I might have a go over the other side there, where you've got to get a barrow around. But yeah, there's some quite good swims over there. Might get in some of the bigger ones hopefully. But yeah, so anyway, I'll catch you all soon.